Hello and welcome to this week's episode of For the Love of Chiropractic, Keys of My Success. I'm your host, Dr. Robert Freeman, and to all of the listeners literally all around the world in 36 countries and almost 800 different cities, I want to sincerely say thank you for listening, sharing the chiropractic message, and sharing this show with other chiropractors, because we all share the same goal of helping our profession grow to hold its proper place in healthcare for all of humanity. On today's show, we get to hear from a doctor who's been in practice for over 27 years. He practices in the country of Israel. He has a beautifully strong chiropractic philosophy and has had the opportunity to work very closely with the medical doctors in Israel. And those factors all mixed together has created a beautiful practice. I hope you enjoyed listening to this conversation with Dr. Ronen Mendi. Hello and welcome to Secrets of My Success, part of For the Love of Chiropractic podcast series. On each episode, I'll be interviewing one highly successful doctor or business person, asking them what are their 3 keys of success or secrets they've used to make themselves so highly successful. So let's get started with today's show. So I have on the phone with me today my friend Dr. Ronen Mendi, who practices in Tel Aviv, Israel. Ronen, are you there?
Yes, I am. Nice being with you.
Oh, it is so good chatting with you. Now, just for perspective, so it's about 11:15 a.m. on a Tuesday morning where I am in the United States. What time is it over in Israel?
It's about past 6 p.m.
So you have just finished your office hours for the day.
Correct.
Right.
Yes.
And I really appreciate you taking and making the time to be here with me today. So for the benefit of the audience, so first of all, tell me, how long have you been in practice?
I'm in practice a little over 27 years.
That is
and amazing.
That is fabulous. And you graduated from what school?
From Parker.
Oh, here in the U.S. Fantastic.
Yeah, it was still Parker College at the time. Now it's Parker University.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. All right. So what was your path? How did you end up becoming a chiropractor, living in Israel?
So the story is a little bit strange or funny. At the age of 13, I flew out of a rolling car and I lost my consciousness. And so the MDs in the hospital already wrote in my file that they are thinking of diagnosing as clinical death. So that was the first time when I did not like the medical diagnosis. So I woke up. And then they gave me percentage of disability. They told me that my diagnosis is so bad that surgery will only make it worse. So after a year and a half of suffering, I got to a chiropractor who gave my life back to me with basically one adjustment.
Wow. And so you were a teenager. You were a kid when this happened.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, what was what was the medical diagnosis back when you were a teenager for this accident?
It was spondylolysis plus listhesis, and they said that it could not have been caused by the accident, because if it was caused by the accident, I would be invalid already. And they gave me 3 months to be an invalid.
Wow.
So they...
All right. Yeah. And I got to tell you, I love when they're wrong and removing subluxations gets a person, back on track and living their life to the fullest. That's a great story. I love that. So
and that's the other part is that actually this chiropractor did not explain much to me about chiropractic. He just adjusted me, and I felt the power goes back to my legs, and I felt immediately that I received my life back as a present. And my second sentence was, and I want to give this present to others. So at the age of 14 and a half, I knew what I want to do when I'll grow up.
That is fabulous. All right, so here you are, 14. You have your life back. Obviously, you went on and finished school and became a chiropractor. When Actually, let me ask you a different question before I jump there. So, why did you decide to come to the United States for your chiropractic training as opposed to one of the other phenomenal schools that's elsewhere in the world?
So actually, at the time, I did not know of schools other than in the US, and I registered for 4 schools, and just it was amazing because Parker was the very first to respond very, very quickly, and I just continued. And I'm not sure even how the other school responded, but I was very, very fast. I was into the track of going to Parker.
That's awesome. Okay, and that's fantastic. So you came to the United States, you did your training at Parker, and then when you graduated, did you what did you do? Did you associate? Did you open a practice right away? What did that look like?
So, and then since I did very well in the outpatient clinic, I received a very good offer to practice in the US in Washington State. But unfortunately, my wife got scared. She said the offer is so good that if I'll take it, we will not go back to Israel.
Okay.
And as she is half of the pack, I had to agree, and we returned to Israel, and I started privately from the beginning. But very fast, in about a month or two after I got back to Israel, I received an offer to work as a chiropractor in Rambam Hospital, which is the second largest hospital in Israel.
Wow.
And I did that. And actually, as I told you, many times the MDs, they did not know how to eat me and because I got some very good results with some of the patients, and they said, so what is your medical diagnosis? And I said, well, the medical diagnosis is your part of the story. I'm giving a chiropractic diagnosis, and I'm giving the chiropractic care or adjustment. And because if I will try to do your job, then what will you do? Will you do mine?
I love that.
Actually, they did not respond very well to this question.
No, I'm sure not. So I'm curious. So when they said, "What is your diagnosis?" Did you tell them the patient was subluxated?
Yeah, I said subluxation. Surprisingly, it was the very same vertebra that they are talking about, the whatever the medical diagnosis was. But the fact is that when I adjusted it, the patient received results.
Yeah. Oh, well, of course.
And that's why from very early stage, I understood that what we do is actually we are moving the bones. We are reducing the stress on the spinal nerves, but that's all we need to know.
Yeah.
And all the rest, the body does, innate, whatever.
Right. Yeah. It always reminds me of the analogy with the computer. If a computer is not working properly, what do? Well, you unplug it and tell it to restart. And because the program is in there, it knows what it's supposed to do. It just needs help sometimes.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so let's fast forward. So you worked in the hospital for, I think you had told me, for 8 years alongside our medical colleagues?
But most of the days, like 1.5 days, I was in the hospital, and 4.5 days I practice in private clinics.
All right. So tell us about your practice now. What makes your office unique now?
So, and again, slowly when I saw that basically people need chiropractic basically probably for life, and there's a need for sometimes for family programs. So I developed, it took me 10 years or so to develop personal memberships and family memberships.
Tell me more about that.
And that's a little bit similar to what they do in the gym or in country clubs, where they pay a certain amount of money and then they can come in the country clubs or gyms, they can come every day. In my practice, they can come up to 3 times a week. And usually patients stay mostly, when they come mostly for symptoms. And then I show them the possibility. And then some of them bring their family, not because they suffer, because they start to see how much better they feel and how much better they function after the adjustment.
I love that.
And
So the,
yeah,
and if you don't mind me asking, so the memberships that you offer to your practice, what is the timelines? Is it a month? Is it a quarter? Is it a year? What does that look like?
okay, actually, the 1 month's membership did not work so well. So I do 3 months, 6 months, and a year. And it very much depends on the patient's understanding, but I give them the reason why they need whatever they need.
Sure, that makes sense.
They also, some want to know exactly how much they are going to save. So I have like a series of adjustment of 15 adjustment. And the reason I got to 15 adjustment is because usually, as all chiropractors know, we see the results between 12 to 15 visits.
Right,
So
exactly.
I said, you know what? If you come for 15 visits, you pay for 12 and enjoy 20% discount. And on the other hand, if you want to take a 3 months membership, pay for 15 adjustments and come 3 times a week for 12 weeks.
Got it.
And it works. And again, many chiropractors, even in Israel, ask me, they say, you see so many patients, we want to do it. I say, this is the program, copy paste it.
Sure.
Right, that you developed it. But no one wants to do it because they say, because if they come 3 times a week and they pay only for 15, we lose a lot of money. Well, we don't lose, the patient gets more.
Right.
And when the patient gets more and he understands that how much more value he receives, it's easy for him to refer other people. And
Right.
basically, chiropractic is, I say, Ronen Mendi chiropractor for people and families with a spine and brain. Because if we say certain diagnosis, well, it doesn't really work this way.
No, I get that.
I mean, sometimes it works, but it's not. Medicine is more with the diagnosis. We are more with the spinal subluxations.
Absolutely. Right. Yes, medicine is about decreasing symptoms and eliminating pain, and that's just the beginning of the conversation in chiropractic. It's about that, and then optimizing health, optimizing life. So that's just fabulous. So our time is running, so I have to ask you another question. So you've done so many fabulous things, as I mentioned in the introduction, and you obviously have a phenomenal practice. Please share with me, what would you say your 3 keys of success are?
So the very big one, the first one is appreciating the chiropractic, moving the bone, blah, blah, blah. It's not blah, 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 but it's very simple. We move the bone, we get the bones back into motion, respecting the other profession, not trying to put the medical doctors down or any other profession because they have their successes.
Absolutely.
And basically, knowing to respect others helps others to respect us. And so I'm not downplaying anybody. And they can, if they want to take drugs, go ahead. Like, it's not, I prefer not, and mostly when you get adjusted long enough, you reduce the need for drugs, but I'm not against it.
Oh, exactly.
And
What I've told patients for years and years is I am not anti-drug. I'm pro-fix the problem. Get your body back to being as close to 100% as possible. If along the way you need to take some medication to help get over that hump, there's no reason to suffer. That's my philosophy.
Yes, and the understanding of that we are here for the whole family. I know usually the first patient that comes, he's the first one. But if he gets it, he will bring other people of the family.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
Okay, so appreciating the beauty and elegance of chiropractic is your number one, and then you said respect other professions. I wasn't sure if that's number two or that's still part of number one.
that's about number two. Respect other professions. It's amazing because every time I speak to medical doctors, to other professions, we don't need to we don't need to like each other, but we need to respect each other. Each one of
Absolutely.
us. Yesterday, I had a medical doctor, and he told me, explain to me why you did this and that. I did some muscle testing, and I told him, this is my part that I need to understand, and I'll explain to you why. Once I understand how your body works, I'll be happy to explain it to you.
Yeah.
But let me first do my work.
Fabulous. All right, so please now share with me what you would say your third key of success is.
And the third, and remembering that basically we are here for the patients, not for our profession. It's not like we do not come here just to glorify chiropractic, which of course is great, but we are here for the patient.
So speak more about that. So we're here for the patient. So tell me more about that.
So we are here to improve the life of the patient and to make him remember that it is his force that can heal his body. Not even the adjustment, which is great, is not the only one who's doing the work. Basically, after the adjustment, his body does the work.
Right. So I had somebody say to me once years and years ago, even when a surgeon does surgery, and they stitch the parts of the body back together, and you're closing and you close the skin, those stitches do not heal the skin. The stitches simply hold the two sides of the skin close enough together so the body can then heal itself.
So true.
Yeah, because exactly that's what we're doing. There's the old take no credit, take no blame as the chiropractor. We get the bone off the nerve so the body can function properly, and the body's doing the work. We're just helping it. So
true.
Exactly. You and I are so on the same page, and that's part of the reasons that we became fast friends the first time we spoke. So I've got to ask you another question. So with those three keys of success, appreciating chiropractic and the elegance of it and the simplicity of it, while still respecting other professions and knowing that our number one job is to be here for the patient, and I love those three keys of success. How do you then define business success?
So the basic thing is really helping the patients first, because he's the major issue in the office,
Sure.
and letting him build his trust in his body, because most people, when they go to a physician and to the chiropractor later after the physician or whoever didn't do the work, because usually they don't come to see us first. So after he basically gave his trust for me to heal him, sort of, so I need to rebuild his trust in his body.
Mm-hmm.
And then move the bone and reestablish the connection in his body.
Mm-hmm.
And they just love it and when you don't take the credit, they feel empowered. So they are the issue anyhow. So that's the beauty, I believe.
I absolutely love that. So if that's your definition of business success, helping the patient first and helping them to understand that their body does the correction, does the healing, and to trust the body, how do you, with all of the success that you have had doing so many different things in the chiropractic profession, How do you define personal success?
And then it's the number of people that I get to help. And it's from the patient to my family to my community. It's so much fun, because when you do it in order to help others, it's amazing how these things come back to you.
Oh, absolutely. We all of us have the gift of practicing this wonderful profession called chiropractic, and when you're true to heart, yes, the gifts are just returned and multiplied. I believe.
Definitely.
So here's my question. So you've been practicing in Israel now for well over 25 years, 27 years, as you said. And my question is, from your viewpoint, is it possible in today's world for a doctor who's just getting out of school, or someone who's in practice but hasn't found success yet, is it still possible for somebody to become hugely successful starting today?
Absolutely. And actually, the big thing is, first, be proud and feel good with what you do. And then people are looking for this type of doctor that can help them reactivate their body without drugs or surgery.
Yeah.
And again, you don't need to be against anything. Just do it simply, explaining without drugs and surgery, and chiropractic is doing phenomenal work.
So, Ronen, my last question that I was going to ask, I think you may have already answered, but I'll ask it formally anyway. So, if somebody has heard this interview somewhere in the world, and they decide, you know what, this guy knows what he's talking about. I'm drawing a line in the sand, and I'm done with mediocrity. I'm ready for success. What would you say to them is their first step? What is the first thing they need to do or be in order to become successful?
Just be open for the people who come to you, because so many people are looking for the chiropractor, for this the chiropractor, this professional, the doctor who knows how to work with their body, and they'll be happy to look to find you. And if you are open, they will find you.
Yeah, I believe that, and they have to know you're there. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. But what a fantastic pieces of information you have shared. Dr. Ronen Mendi, I can't thank you enough for your time, for your wisdom, and of course for sharing the gift of chiropractic. Thank you so much for making the time after finishing your office hours after a long day. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
It has been an absolute pleasure, and we'll talk soon.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. And that's our show for today. If you have a question about today's show or your own practice, feel free to reach out at fortheloveofchiropractic.com. Before making changes to your practice, be sure to seek legal advice regarding those changes and regulations in your state. For the Love of Chiropractic is an RGF production, all rights reserved. And thanks for listening. Original music provided by Hunter Rich Music.